the first road game of the year for the BGSU women's basketball team as they take a trip up north to the Motor City, taking on the Detroit Mercy Titans for the Titans' first game of the season, for the Falcons' their second game of the year. Good evening, everyone. I'm Lucas Kleinmeyer here, ready to bring you the action here all night long. And joined in the studio is Caden Knapp and the Cooling Center on the campus of Bowling Green. Caden, thank you so much for pushing the buttons and keeping me on the air this game. We should have a good one on our hands here. Bowling Green and Detroit Mercy. Well, the Falcons lead Detroit Mercy in the all-time series 16-10 coming to this one. This is the 27th all-time meeting. The Falcons have won the last 10 meetings they played against the Titans. The most recent matchup came a couple years back at the Show Center, which was a 76-29 triumphant win for the Falcons. That was a pretty good win for the Falcons if you remember watching that game. I remember being on the call for that one. Last time the Bowling Green Falcons were here at Callahan Hall was in November of 2017 when the Falcons picked up an 85-81 win over the Titans. Well, let's take a quick look at the Titans this year. They are led by BGSU Hall of Famer and Bowling Green legend, former basketball player Kate Ochter, who graduated in Bowling Green in 2009. Last year, the Titans went 17-16, posting a 9-11 record in the Horizon League. Head coach Kate Ochter posted the club's biggest turnaround in program history and was also one of the top turnarounds in the nation. Ochter and her staff have 4 returning players and just 1 star. That's Mayana Hooper, who will be starting tonight. She averaged 7 points coming into this one. 11 total newcomers coming in to this game. And last year as well, the Titans went 10-3 at home, 6-13 on the road, and 1-0 at neutral sites last season. Coming into this year, the Titans were picked to finish 8th in the Horizon League in the 2024-2025 preseason poll, looking to prove those doubters wrong and looking to make another step under young head coach Kay Ogner heading into her 3rd season at the helm. A little bit on Ogner and her career when she was at Bowling Green. Kay Ogner was a member of the 2018 Hall of Fame class, part of a team that captured 4 straight MAC titles, 3 NCAA tournament appearances, and she's currently leading the program in all-time assists and ranks 4th in the program's all-time scoring list. One of the all-time greats to ever wear the orange and brown for Bowling Green. Has a lot of new players coming into the Titans and looking to get off to a good start against her former school for the 2024-2025 season. And for the Bowling Green Falcons, coming off a 71-67 win over Southern Mississippi at the Stroh Center on Monday night. A physical, a gritty, a just overall rough game of basketball. Paige Kohler finished with a team high 19 points, hitting 3 3-pointers as well, taking a couple knocks to the face as well for those who watched the game and saw our pictures at bgfalconmedia.com. Amy Velasco and Taya Ellis also had 11 points as well. Ellis was 1 rebound away from a double-double, had 9 rebounds as well, including 4 blocks. Bowling Green, while it wasn't perfect, had 27 personal fouls, 24 turnovers against Southern Mississippi. They were able to pull out a big victory on opening night and are looking to do so here on the road and start 2-0 on the year under second-year head coach Fred Shamil. And against a team they don't play a lot too often, just a 27th all-time meeting. They'll play another Horizon League opponent right after this one, the Cleveland State Vikings, that were picked to finish first in the preseason poll. I'll stop talking here for quite a minute. I want to kick it over to our studio in the Cooling Center on campus of Bowling Green State University, where our Caden Knapp is located. Caden Knapp, why don't you give us our key players to the game?
Thank you, Lucas. I'm going to start with 2 Falcons and Amy Velasco, the senior guard, and the 5th-year forward, Erica Porter. Erica Porter really didn't have the game that she had hoped for last time out. She only played in about 8 minutes and was really in foul trouble right from the beginning with those 2 personal fouls, and then ended up fouling out in the end. But she is a huge focal point of this team, you said it, Lucas, and the Falcons need her to get off and going, especially heading into the Cleveland State game next week. And then there's Amy Velasco, who had 11 points, 6 assists in the opener, and everyone knows that she's great at passing the basketball and creating great shots. Now, moving forward to Detroit Mercy, we have the junior guard, Mayana Hooper, and she's the only returning starter this season for Detroit Mercy. She played in 32 games last year, had an average of about 24 minutes, 7 points per game, and 2.7 rebounds per game. So she definitely looks at building off of that. And there's McQueen from Detroit Mercy. She's in the 5th year, and she's a transfer coming over from Madonna, and she brings a lot of experience that this team needs. They have a total of 4 returning players, so being able to work the transfer portal and, you know, get a few new players is pivotal for them. And if they want to win tonight, they're going to need those 2 players to do good and really lead this team.
All right. Thanks, Caden. We got just 1 minute away here from tip-off here at Callahan Hall in Detroit, on the campus of Detroit Mercy University here. When we come back after the national anthem, we'll have the starting 5 and a little bit of keys to the game right before tip-off here. It's the Bowling Green Falcons taking on the Detroit Mercy Titans. You're listening to BGSU Women's Basketball right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
This is you over 30 years ago.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
And this is your mom now.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Roles change without us noticing. That's why AARP gives you the information to provide even better care for your loved one. Visit aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but Miss Araceli, she gave me direction.
At age 47, Marco finished his high school diploma.
50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Eating, working, living pain-free. These are a few of the things many of us take for granted. But for many adults with disabilities who are elderly or have serious medical issues, dental care is simply unaffordable. Dental Lifeline Network is looking for dentists who can change this. DLN is asking dentists and their teams to volunteer to just see one of the many patients in need. You can literally change a life. Visit willyouseeone.org to help change one life in your community today.
We've all seen it. Drivers looking down at their phones, taking selfies, watching videos, actions that create dangerous situations on our roadways. This is Trooper Tony Shirley of the Ohio State Highway Patrol Bowling Green Post. Every time someone takes their eyes or their focus off the road, even for just a few seconds, they put their life and the lives of others in danger. If you're distracted, you're not driving.
Hello, this is Ted Hazelman, Superintendent of Bowling Green City Schools. Did you know? Of the 209 graduates of the Bowling Green High School class of 2024, 67 graduated with honors diplomas, 99 had over a 3.5 GPA, and 21 students earned a 30 or higher on their ACT test. The BGHS class of 2024 boasts a National Merit Scholar and a National Merit Finalist. This has been your Bowling Green City Schools Quality Profile Moment. To learn more about Bowling Green City Schools, please visit our website, sign up for our e-newsletter, and follow us on Facebook, X, and YouTube.
It'd be great if life came with a remote control. You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest.
Uh-oh.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
I'm probably okay to have one more drink before I drive home. I'm probably okay. I open the window to stay alert. Probably okay. I just popped some gum in my mouth.
Step out of the car, please.
I probably made a mistake.
Probably okay isn't okay when it comes to drinking and driving. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is Artie Abrego, and you're listening to 88.1 FM WBGU Bowling Green, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
Back here at Callahan Hall, where the Bowling Green Falcons are about to take on the Detroit Mercy Titans for their second game of the season, the first game of the year for Detroit Mercy. Let's take you through the starting five. First, for the Bowling Green Falcons, number 1, guard Amy Velasco out of Centerville, Ohio. Had a pretty good game last time out. 11 points for the senior guard. Johnny Donahue, a freshman guard from Fort Wayne, Indiana. They're so high on this freshman. Made her first collegiate start last game and gets her second collegiate start tonight as well. Sophomore guard Paige Kohler, another big player for the Falcons, looking to have a big sophomore year for the Orange and Brown out of Olmsted Falls, Ohio. Sophomore forward from Toronto, Ontario, Taya Ellis was one rebound away from a double-double like you mentioned, was very good defensively from Bowling Green against Southern Mississippi. And the fifth and final starter for head coach Fred Shamil is forward from West Windsor, New Jersey, Erica Porter, in her 5th year of eligibility. Didn't have the game she wanted, just 4 points, fouled out. Didn't play as much as she wanted either, but what we've seen Erica Porter do so many times in her bowling career is if she didn't have the game she wanted, she's been able to rebound and rebound well, as she's still one of the biggest focal points of this Bowling Green offense and also one of the elite offensive players for Bowling Green. Now, let's take it through the starting five for Detroit Mercy. Guard Amia O'Brien, Aaliyah McQueen, a 5th-year guard from Flint, Michigan. A sophomore guard, then Michaela Jackson, the only returning starter from last year, as we mentioned, junior guard Mayana Hooper. And then the 5th and final starter for Detroit Mercy, running out their starting five, is graduate forward Jasmine Edwards from Westland, Michigan. So O'Brien, McQueen, Jackson, Hooper, and Edwards make up the starting five for Detroit Mercy. We have tip-off here. Ellis and Edwards there on that one. No team were able to hold it in initially. That one was last touched off of Hooper, and it'll go out for Bowling Green possession. So underway here in Detroit Mercy. Game 2 for the Falcons. Here's Velasco all the way out to the right wing. Top of the key, Ellis all the way out to Donahue. Donahue feeds it wide left. Kohler finds inside Erica Porter, mixing a move inside Erica Porter. First shot there. That one rolls out of the rim. Good defensive play there from Edwards, and Bowling Green comes up empty on their first possession. Here's Hooper. The other way for the Titans. Hooper. Here's Jackson. Hooper in the middle, outside for an open 3, and that is McQueen knocking that one out from downtown. So the first 3 made of the game goes to the Titans. 3-0 Detroit Mercy. 9:25 left to go in the first. That is as many threes as now Bowling Green gave up last game. They only gave up 1 to Southern Miss, and they have given up 1 early on here. Ellis, Donahue to Paige Kohler. Kohler top of the key. Kohler back to Velasco, surveying her options. Gets a screen set from Ellis, still top of the key. Velasco now moves out wide left. Velasco gets a screen set from Erica Porter. Velasco from 3, and she drains it. Amy Velasco from downtown. Tied up 3 all apiece. Under 9 minutes left to play here in the first. Here's O'Brien. O'Brien giving to Hooper. Hooper gives this one back to Jackson. Jackson moves inside. Kohler draws the contact. Whistle called. And it will be a foul on Paige Kohler. Kohler was our BG Falcon Food and Guy player of the game last game. Did foul out. And she'll get tagged there with her first. And Jackson will go to the line for the first time of any team this game. And Jackson gets that one to ricochet and go off the backboard and in. 4-3 now Detroit Mercy. Jackson's second attempt is up and good. 5-3 Titans. 8:45 left to play. Here's Velasco. Being the floor general once again for the Falcons. Velasco out wide right, Donahue. Donahue, fine Porter inside. Double team and triple team by 3 Titans. Ball on the floor. Jackson and Donahue are fighting for it. Possession arrow will favor Detroit Mercy. And the Titans will remain possession, so another possession coming up empty for Bowling Green. And the first turnover will be tallied for Donahue. For Jackson the other way. Jackson out wide to McQueen. McQueen in her 4th school of her collegiate career. Transfer from Madonna, had time in Oakland. Here's McQueen again. Up to right wing, dribbles inside on Kohler, and McQueen gets a little floater there with the right up and over Kohler and gets that one to fall. 7-3 Titans. Now 8 minutes left to play here in the first. Velasco moves inside Ellis. Ellis top of the key, hands this one off to Kohler. Kohler guarded by McQueen. Porter guarded by Edwards. Now hands it off to Donahue. Donahue, shot clock down to 10, and Donahue 10 for 3, and Johnny Donahue knocks down her first 3 of her collegiate career. The freshman forward Indiana now 7-6. Detroit Mercy a 1-point lead for the Titans as they come back the other way, and that shot is blocked from Velasco on O'Brien. And Velasco's got a head of steam coming back the other way. Velasco kicks it out to Kohler. Kohler working on O'Brien. Likes to come out. Kohler back to Velasco. Velasco gives this one to Donahue. Donahue drives inside. Donahue drives to the side to the right to the byline. They're trying to put up a shot there. It was tough, but well defended there from Jackson. Now here comes Detroit Mercy the other way. Here's Hooper on the fast break, and Porter couldn't quite get that one to block. And Hooper gets that one to fall. 9-6 Detroit Mercy with 7 minutes left to play here in the first. Been a fast back and forth action here. Just 3 minutes played in this one. Ellis to Velasco, thought about a 3, pump fake instead, guarded by Hooper now. Some tight defense, now gives it one out to Porter. Porter comes from in the paint to outside. Porter out to Donahue, shot clock down to 6. Now down to 5, Donahue will try for a 3 again, and that one hits nothing but air. And it falls into the hands of O'Brien. O'Brien to Jackson. Jackson back to O'Brien, who'll try a 3 of her own. O'Brien, that one's way off the mark. Rebounded from Porter. Porter spreads a wide open Kohler, who's on a fast break. Paige Kohler gets that one up and in off the glass. And Paige Kohler has got her first points of this one. 9-8 Detroit Mercy. With 6:08 left to play here in the first. Great defensive play from Ellis. So they tried to feed this one to the Bowling Green bench to Jackson. It's left off of Jackson. And Bowling Green will take over as Ellis will check out. Excuse me, not Ellis. Ellis will actually inbound this ball. Erica Porter will check out for freshman Lauren Gherkin. In her first collegiate game, had 14 points on 5 for 12 shooting, made 3 threes, as well, I should say. Had 8 rebounds as well in her first collegiate game off the bench. Had a very, very impressive game. So she'll come in here for Porter. Velasco gives this one to Ellis. Velasco hands this off to Donahue. Donahue now top the key all the way to the right wing. Now is Kohler. Kohler kicks this one out to Donahue. Donahue, shot clock to 11. Donahue gets a screen set from Gherkin. Donahue to the baseline. That one is too much. Rebound this from Ellis, gives it back to Donahue, and her pass there stolen away. And a full head of steam the other way comes Starks, who's come into the game for the first time. Can get that one to fall, rebounded from Gherkin. And now Velasco Morgan coming back with a head of steam. Velasco out to Kohler. Kohler's going to take a deep 3, Paige Kohler, and that one just off the mark, but rebounded from Lauren Gherkin, who gets that one to fall and the foul. So a chance for a 3-point play for Lauren Gherkin. Great instincts there, crashed the boards immediately, got the rebound, and got that one up and in to go. And for the first time in her Bowling Green career, Christiana Kulachkowska will come in for Johnny Donahue, as Gherkin will attempt to make a 3-point play. And she does. Gherkin gets that one to go. 11-9, Bowling Green, 2-point lead, 5:26 left to play here in the first. Bowling Green Hall of Famer Kate Ogder instructing her players. Eliza Tripp has come into the game for the Titans as well. She's on the ball. Jackson. And gives this one back to Tripp. And Tripp down to the baseline. And Tripp, a lot of contact on Gurton. Drove to the baseline and got that one to go. Eliza Tripp, a senior guard from Jackson, Michigan. They'll get that one to fall. We're tied up at 11. Under 5 minutes left to play in the first. Velasco drives inside, trying to find Ellis there underneath the basket. It was poked out from McQueen. Under 5 minutes left to play here, which means we've reached our first media timeout of this game. Bowling Green and Detroit Mercy are tied up at 11 apiece. This timeout is sponsored by Juniper Brewing Company, located 145 South Main Street in downtown Bowling Green, featuring coffee, craft beer, and serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can see the latest menu at juniperbrew.com. So media timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. Bowling Green 11, Detroit Mercy 11. Don't go anywhere.
Jill, why don't you tell the class what you did this weekend?
Well, my dad and I went in search of some magical minnows and found a zillion of them in the stream from our lookout rock. Then my sister and I escaped from an evil slug king and went back to my super twig fort for safety. Then we told stories till it got dark, and the Big Dipper led us all the way home.
Wow. Where were you, Jill?
We went to the forest. It's not that far away.
Ask your parents to take you and your friends to the forest this week. It's closer than you think. Check out discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
We are live outside the home of Joe and Rosie Goddard, where a pretty big tickle fight broke out just minutes ago. Sources say their father instigated the laughter. Let's go inside for a comment. Apparently, they have no comment. Dads, let this be a reminder that it only takes a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Back here at Callahan Hall in Detroit Mercy, home of the Titans. A fast and furious start to this first quarter. 4:53 left to play here. Bowling Green 11, Detroit Mercy 11, tied up right here. Detroit Mercy 6 points in the paint so far to Bowling Green's 4. 4 3-pointers attempt already in this one for the Orange and Brown. 2 for 4 from beyond the arc. Donahue hitting down her first collegiate 3-pointer. Amy Velasco connected from downtown as well. Lauren Gherkin has 3 points as well, who's on the floor for Bowling Green. Kohler has 2 as well. That makes up 11 for the Orange and Brown, where we left off. 20 on the shot clock here as this ball inbounds back to Ellis. Ellis gets that one to go off the left hand. Has that one ricochet in, and Taya Ellis gives Bowling Green the lead, 13-11, 4:40 left to play here in the first. Jackson out to Tripp. Here's Starks. Starks to O'Brien. O'Brien out to the left wing, guarded by Kohler. O'Brien drives inside, kick outside to Tripp, who's got an open 3, and Tripp, that 3 is no good. Rebounded there from Edwards. This one back, that one's knocked away from Gherkin, knocked away again from Gherkin. Shot clock did not reset. So Detroit Mercy will still have the ball. So 4:21 left to play here. Officiating, calling for a shot clock reset. So as it stands right now, 20 on the shot clock, 13-11, Bowling Green, 2-point lead. Yeah, 2 knocked aways there from Lauren Gherkin. As our official, we'll look over this one. And Detroit Mercy's last 5 attempts, I should say. One for 4. Can't do math, that is 4. So the 5 on the court for the Titans is O'Brien, Tripp, Starks, Hemziel, who checked in for the first time this guy, and Lazen. For Bowling Green, it's Kohler, Gherkin, Placzkowska, Ellis, and Velasco. As this one inbound in, Tripp kicks this one out to the left corner, a wide open 3 there. That one is no good. That was an attempt from Kaylee Starks. Kohler got the defensive rebound. But now they're going to call a foul on Paige Kohler. That's already going to be her second personal foul of this game. With 4:13 left to play in the first. She'll check out here for John A. Donahue. And another whistle called. This time it's going to be an Ellis. A little too much defending there on Taya Ellis. As O'Brien was trying to inbound. Inbounds this one. That one's a turnover and right to the hands of Ellis. So another good defensive play for Bowling Green. Velasco comes back the other way for the Orange and Brown. Velasco out to the left, gives it to Donahue. Donahue works her way all the way to the right. Now back to Gherkin. Gherkin, top of the key, feeds this one inside to Ellis. Another whistle blown. That's going to be a foul. This time on Detroit Mercy for Jasmine Edwards. So foul on Edwards. Velasco inbound this one. 20 on the shot clock. 1:04 left to play. Kulachkovska makes a good turn underneath the baseline. Kovska hands this one off to Ellis, and a tough shot there. Can't get that one to fall, but a good attempt from Ellis nonetheless. Draws yet another foul. It's back-to-back fouls. So Edwards was tagged with the last foul. We'll see who they get this one. Regardless, Ellis will go to the free throw line, and her first attempt gets that one to fall off the front of the rim and in. Our second attempt is good as well, so 2 for 2 for the line from the sophomore from Ontario. Our first 2 points of the game. 15-11 Bowling Green, 3:50 left to play here in the first quarter. Here's Hooper. Hooper had that one knocked away from Donahue initially. Donahue had it poked away again. It's picked up from DeBate. Jackson gives one back. Hooper kicks it to a wide open three for Lassen. Her three-pointer no good. Hold in from Velasco. Velasco back the other way. Velasco out to the right. Donahue's got an open look for three. Donahue off the front of the rim. And rebounded there from Lassen. And another turnover as Hooper had that one slip out of her hands. Donahue picking that one up. So 2 great defensive players from the freshman from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Donahue out to the left wing. Velasco top of the key back to Gherkin, who's going to try a highly contested three-pointer. That one's off the front of the rim. And rebounded from Tripp. Tripp's going to go back the other way. And Tripp now on the same page there with DeBate. Looking to hand the one back to DeBate. Want her to crash to the rim. Instead, she looked to go outside. A 9-2 run for the Orange and Brown. A 2:16 and counting scoreless run for the Titans. Erica Porter has checked into the game for Bowling Green and for Ellis. Kulachkovska down to the left for Porter. Porter, a nice move, and finishes with her right in the paint. That's her bread and butter. 17-11 Bowling Green, a 6-point lead. Here's Hooper. Hooper gives us one to Edwards, and a tough finish. Finds it to Starks at the last moment. And Kaylee Starks, an elite defender, one of the most exciting freshmen. Octor is excited to coach for this upcoming year. She gets that one to fall. 17-13 Bowling Green with 2:05 left to play. Here's Donahue in the right corner to Gherkin. Back to Donahue. And now Velasco. Velasco all the way out to the right key. Velasco finds Porter. Shot clock down to 5. Porter takes on 2 Detroit Mercy defenders. Shot there. A little too much there. Rebounder in a fight with Kulachkovska and Starks underneath the basket. Possession error favors Bowling Green. And they're actually going to get her for a foul instead of a jump ball, so good credit there for Kulachkovska. That's her first offensive rebound of the game. Ball inbound looking for Porter. That one off her hands. So a turnover for Bowling Green. 17-13, still 4-point lead. Here's McQueen. McQueen hands this one off to Lassen, and one. A tough shot. Kulachkovska there defending, but able to get that shot to fall. So Lassen will go to the free throw line and a chance to make it a 3-point play. Drove to the lane. Was assisted there from McQueen, and that attempt from Lassen is good. So Velasco, a 1-point lead for the Falcons. 1:28 left to go here in the first. Gherkin back to Velasco. Velasco bounce pass to Gherkin. Gherkin moves inside the paint near the charity stripe. Hands this one off to Velasco. Velasco Out wide to the right, Kulach Koska. Koska drives with her left there, has that one knocked away from Starks again. And here comes Detroit Mercy the other way, but Donahue with a great defensive play. Chasing all the way back to poke that one from behind. So his ball knocked out of bounds. So it will be Detroit Mercy possession with 1:09 left to play here in the first. Ellis will come back into this game for Gherkin. And checking in for the first time this game is Chinese Craig for the Detroit Mercy. She'll come in for Debate. Five run currently for Detroit Mercy. Here's Starks inside the paint, kicking it out wide for McQueen. McQueen there, a tough shot there, and a foul going to be called. Kulackovska taking the charge. So offensive foul on McQueen, so the lead still remains in favor of the orange and brown. 17-16 Bowling Green. We're down to a minute left here in the first quarter. Velasco, Ellis, Donahue, Porter, and Kulackovska, the five on the floor for the orange and brown. Kovska gives this one to Porter. Porter hands this one to Velasco. Velasco drives with her right there, has that shot blocked from McQueen initially, but too much contact there, and it's going to be foul called once again on McQueen. Will go down as her first personal. Excuse me, that was before her first personal foul. Sammy Velasco will go to the charity stripe tonight. Able to knock down the first. 18-16 Bowling Green. Velasco's second attempt is up and good. Velasco perfect there, 2 for 2 from the line as Emily Cecil will check in for the Falcons for the first time this game and for Christiana Kulackovska. Cecil played a lot of minutes down the stretch of the season last year. Good defensive player, Cecil. Guarding Hooper there, hands this one off to Jackson. Jackson back to Craig, who's working on Porter inside. She needs Craig there, and a travel called. One too many steps there from Craig from the 6'3" freshman forward. From 6'2" senior forward, I should say, from Fort Wayne, Indiana. So 19-16 Bowling Green, 35.9 left to play here in the first. Here's Velasco. 24 seconds left. Shot clock at 18. Now down to 15. Velasco taking her time with this one. Guarded by Hooper. Here's Porter. Porter inside. Hands this one off to Donahue. Donahue back out to the left wing. Cecil. Cecil. Here's Porter guarded by 3 Detroit Mercy players. Got that one to fall. Whistle called. It's not going to count. Erica Porter will be called for a travel. Down to 6 seconds now. One last attack for Detroit Mercy this quarter. Here's Hooper. Hooper with the basket. Hooper going to put up a shot right before the buzzer sounds. And Hooper gets it off the glass and in. The cut down, Bowling Green's lead to just 1. As the buzzer sounds for the end of the first quarter here at Detroit Mercy, the Bowling Green Falcons have a 1-point lead over the Titans. 19-18 is our score. You're listening to BGSU Women's Basketball here on WBGU 88.1 FM. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, I'm Tyler Kavlitz, and you are listening to 88.1 FM WBGU Bowling Green, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
Let's be honest. The National Symphony may not be in his future, but he wanted to try violin. So you said yes because you love him. And if you love him that much, love him enough to make sure he's buckled up and in the back seat. Find out more about keeping your kids safe in your vehicle at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Show him you love him. Keep him safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. It's 4 a.m., Monday, and you're literally sucking baby snot through a tube because she's congested. Man, that's love. And if you love her that much, love her enough to make sure she's buckled in the right car seat. To make sure your child's in the right seat for their age and size, visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
If you love them enough to listen to them practice the same song on tuba,
Please be done.
over and over and over and over and over, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Sounds good, honey.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Back here at Callahan Hall and campus of Detroit Mercy University. Bowling Green 19, Detroit Mercy 18. We're just about to begin the second quarter here. Lucas Kleinmar join alongside with you for this one. Thank you so much for listening in on your Friday night. And our studio is Caden Knapp pushing on the buttons and giving us our reports pregame and also our halftime report as well. First quarter stats, I should say. For that one, Bowling Green shot 6 from 14 from the floor. That's 42%. And while Detroit Mercy shot 7 for 13, which is 53%. Detroit Mercy, though, 1 for 5 from 3. Bowling Green 2 from 6. So a little bit of a low scoring, but physical first quarter from both sides as we are underway here for the second 10-minute action. Ellis, Porter, Donahue, Cecil, and Velasco on the court for Bowling Green, giving one inside to Erica Porter. Does a nice spin around move and gets it on the fall with her right hand. 21-18 Bowling Green. Porter now up to 4 points. O'Brien, McQueen, Jackson, Devante, and Lassen are the 5 on the floor for Detroit Mercy. Deep 3 on the way here from Aaliyah McQueen. McQueen from downtown has tied this one up at 21 apiece. But 9:15 left to play in the second. McQueen from long range, it's 21 all. Velasco to Donahue. Velasco down to the right wing. Velasco drives inside, gets that one knocked away from Jackson. And Jackson and the Titans the other way gives this one to Tripp. Donahue had that one poked away from Tripp, and Donahue forces the turnover. What a play. Knocking that one away from Lassen. And it went off of Lassen last, and Bowling Green will take over. That's the third time Donahue's had an impressive defensive play, and this one. Velasco. Velasco shot clock down to 12. Inside to Ellis. Ellis by the charity stripe. Hands one back off to Velasco. Velasco with her left. Donahue dribbles inside. Velasco travels. So another empty possession comes up for Bowling Green as Donahue, who now has 3 steals on the night, will go have another turnover with that travel. Octor's not the only Bowling Green alum on the staff. Assistant coach Andrea Cecil, who graduated from Bowling Green in 2020, is in her 3rd year on the assistant staff for the Titans. So 2 Falcons there for Bowling Green. Change made. Brooke Simpson comes in for the first time this game, and for Johnny Donahue. Here's Troy Mercy the other way. Here's Jackson. McQueen looking back door for O'Brien rather. And O'Brien had that one off her fingertips, and it goes out of bounds. So another empty possession for Detroit Mercy. Bowling Green will take over. Ellis to Velasco. To half court. Cecil, and has that one knocked away from O'Brien. O'Brien back the other way, looking for Hooper. Nice cross pass to find her open from beyond the arc. Cuts that one in. Finds McQueen open for a deep 3. And it's knocked down. Pardon me, it was actually Amia O'Brien from deep 3. And Detroit Mercy takes the lead 24-21. And now Ellis is called for another foul. And Detroit Mercy will take over this one. So now a 3-point lead for the Titans. McQueen. And now O'Brien. O'Brien dribbling inside, working on Cecil. Out to Hooper. Hooper guarded by Simpson. Screen set from DeBonte. Hooper out wide, pump fake there from Jackson. Jackson deep two, no good. Rebounded well there. Crashed on the boards was DeBonte. Had that first shot put up that was rejected from Ellis. And her go out of bounds last off of DeBonte. And it'll be Bowling Green ball. Cecil checks out for this one. Kulachkowska checks back in for the orange and brown. Simpson gets past not one but two Detroit Mercy players looking to find Porter. And Porter and Ellis collide in court and turns up an empty possession. And now Hooper tries a deep three. That one's off the finger marks. Simpson guarded there. Another open three for this time. It's Amia O'Brien again, who's going to do a little bit of showboating and knocks that one down. That's her second three-pointer made. It's a 6-point lead for the Titans, 27-21. Detroit Mercy. It's a 9-0 run for Detroit Mercy. Velasco. Over 2-minute drought for the orange and brown. Kulachkowska drives inside to the left. Velasco to the baseline. Shot clock down to 6. Screen set from Ellis. Velasco drives inside. 3 Detroit Mercy players around her. Can't get that shot to fall. And the ball's going to end up in the hands of Hooper. All the momentum swinging in favor of Detroit Mercy as they went full court pass looking for DeBonte. Can't hold that one in. It goes out of bounds. And 5 turnovers this quarter now for Bowling Green, something they want to cut down on. Checking in for the first time this game is freshman Layla Harrison from Cincinnati, Ohio. We'll check into this one, looking inside, trying to find Ellis. That shot there, no good. Here come now Detroit Mercy the other way, and guess who? It's O'Brien the other way, who gets that one to fall off her left hand. What a run it's been for the Titans. It's 29-21, Detroit Mercy, and O'Brien herself is now tied for the team lead with 8 points. Bowling Green down by 8. Fred Shamil's got to burn a timeout. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with him. This timeout is sponsored by Juniper Brewing Company. You can find the latest menu at juniperbrew.com. We'll take it with them. Detroit Mercy 29, Bowling Green 21. Don't go anywhere.
Song again. Here's that song again. For the 100th time today. Here's that song again. It's gonna be stuck in your head all day. Here's that song again. It will make you cray cray.
You love your kids enough to watch that TV show a bajillion times. Love them enough to make sure they're in the right car seat for their age and size. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Man, I love my kids so much. I once sat for 3 hours in the cold rain to watch her soccer team lose by 18 goals.
I love my kids so much, I once used a tube to suck snot out of her stuffed nose at 3 a.m.
You win.
Love your kids? Love them enough to make sure they're in the right car seat. From toddlers to tweens, visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to find the right seat for their age and size. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Song again. Here's that song again. For the 100th time today. Here's that song again. It's gonna be stuck in your head all day. Here's that song again. It will make you cray cray.
You love your kids enough to watch that TV show a bajillion times. Love them enough to make sure they're in the right car seat for their age and size. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Back here at Callahan Hall, here at Detroit Mercy, where the Titans are on an 11-0 run and currently have an 8-point lead over the Orange and Brown, 29-21 in favor of Detroit Mercy. I'm Lucas Kleinmeyer. Welcome back inside the broadcast. A lot of turnovers, a lot of sloppiness right now from Bowling Green. Nothing that they can't overcome. 5 on the floor. Once we resume is Harrison, Porter, Kulachkowska, Velasco, and Ellis. And for the Titans, it's Starks, DeBonte, Hooper, McQueen, and O'Brien. O'Brien is feeling herself this quarter. All 8 points have came for her this quarter as another turnover from Bowling Green. Ellis tried to find Porter down inside. It's taken away from McQueen, and guess who? It's O'Brien again who's trying from three. That one no good. Back out to Hooper. Hooper back out to O'Brien again. Cuts inside, puts on the moves on Porter. O'Brien a three again. That one's no good. She's feeling it. But that's 2 missed three-pointers from her. Velasco. Kulachkovska drives inside, and a foul is going to be called on Kulachkovska. Put a nice spin move, but good defensive play there from Mayana Hooper, who stood her ground. They didn't let Kulachkovska get the best of her. Kulachkovska will come out for Donahue. Here's O'Brien. O'Brien to McQueen. McQueen, good defensive play from Donahue, headed off the foot of Hooper. Ball's on the floor. Jackson able to get it off, and now a wide open corner. A three-pointer attempt there from McQueen. It was wide open. The left wing is no good. Donahue the rebound. Up to Velasco. As McQueen's first missed shot of the game. Velasco. Inside to Ellis. Ellis. To Velasco. Tia Ellis. To Donahue. Velasco. Velasco. Shot clock down to 4 seconds. Trying to put the shot up as Kendall Moxie is about to check in for the first time this game. So Moxie will come in. She'll come in for Erica Porter. So a 5-minute scoreless run here for the Orange and Brown. Velasco inbound pass to Moxie was tipped initially. Moxie get it back to Velasco. Shot clock is reset, but now we're down to 13. 29-21 Detroit Mercy. Velasco out to Ellis. Donahue left corner, works her way to the middle to the charity stripe. Donahue gets that one from the rim and gets that one to fall. So a little bit of help, but Donahue breaks his drought for Bowling Green. They cut down to just 6. Donahue back inside. Hooper, Jackson. And an open three there from Starks is way off the mark there. Hooper and Donahue were crashing the boards. Both bodies hit the floor. No foul called. Here's McQueen. McQueen, screen set from DeBonte. McQueen trying to give this one to DeBonte. Puts on a nice turn. Guarded by 2 Falcons there. And Velasco and Moxie. And trying to keep that one in play. Well, Starks can't do so. Bowling Green will take over. So into the game is Tripp. She's got 2 points on this one. She'll come into the game for DeBonte. Hooper will check out as well. One of the first times this game coming back in is Lassen. Velasco inbounds this one, moves inside quickly to the charity stripe. Does it put the shot? Gives this one to Ellis. Ellis moves inside. Ellis with the left. Can't get on the fall. Rebounded from Harrison, and Layla Harrison off the rebound gets that one on the fall. Lee cut down to 4. Her first points on this one. 29-25 Detroit Mercy. O'Brien. McQueen. Now Jackson. Lassen. Lassen back to O'Brien. Got it from Harrison. Now switched off to Velasco. Out to the left. Now into the left wing here. An open three, and that one's drained. It's Aaliyah McQueen knocking that one down. That's her third three made on this game. She's up to double digits now with 11 points. 32-35 Detroit Mercy with 3 minutes left to play here in the second. Down here to the right corner. Finding inside Moxie. Moxie travels. Put a shoulder on the Lassen, but it didn't matter. That's the 12th turnover from Bowling Green this game, the 8th this corner. As Moxie comes out, and Lauren Gherkin checks back in. There's O'Brien. Tripp to the right corner, guarded by Gherkin. Gherkin with good defending, gives this one back out to McQueen. Lassen. Lassen guarded from Donahue, shot clock down to 10. Tripp guarded once again from Donahue. She's been all over the top of the key. Gives it one to O'Brien. O'Brien makes a move, a little floater. That one no good. Trying to get a rebound, but it's held in there from Ellis. Good defensive play from Bowling Green. Now Velasco coming back with the head of steam. Amy Velasco can't get on the fall. Rolls out. Gherkin gets the rebound. Donahue. Chocolate to 15. Here's Velasco once more. Velasco. Gherkin sets the screen. Gherkin inside to Ellis. Ellis working on Lassen. Ellis there finishes with the left and off the glass and in. Under 2 minutes left to play here. Falcons down by 5. 32-27 Titans. Tripp finds inside to Lassen, who beat Ellis there to the post. And Lassen gets that one to go. 34-27 Detroit Mercy. 1:40 left to play here in the second quarter. Velasco. Gherkin. To the left corner is Donahue. Donahue to Ellis. Harrison. Harrison there dribbles there, had that one off her foot there, and Ellis can't keep that one in play. It's going to go out and a turnover for Detroit Mercy. Jasmine Fern is going to check into this game for Bowling Green for the first time tonight. She'll check in for Taya Ellis. Donahue will check out as well in this one. So on the floor is Gherkin, Fern, Harrison, Ellis, and Velasco. Nice screen set there from Devontae as Hooper. And a wide open three on the left wing there is way off the mark there from Jackson. And Ellis able to hold in the rebound. Velasco on the fast break gives us one to Gherkin inside. Here's Harrison. Harrison to Velasco. Down to a minute left in this quarter. Harrison back to Fern. Fern to Velasco. Gherkin sets the screen. Velasco drives with her left, takes a lot of contact out to Gherkin. Gherkin's going to put up a highly contested three. That one's not going to fall. And to Harrison, and the shot clock's going to run out before Bowling Green can make anything of it. 34-27 Detroit Mercy. And Bowling Green comes up empty-handed there with 40 seconds left to play here in the second. Here's Hooper. Hooper. Out to the left corner. Jackson driving inside, working on Fern. Jackson with a nice spin move and finishes with her left. 36-27 Detroit Mercy. It's back up to a 9-point lead. Shot clock is off, down to 18. Velasco with the ball. We'll see if Bowling Green can cut down to their lead before heading into the locker room. Velasco to Ellis. Ellis inside. Down the 5. Harrison down the 4. Here's Ferd down the 3. Down the 2 and 1. Ellis puts up a shot there. Can't get it on the fall. Had it off the glass and had that one roll out of the rim. The Detroit Mercy Titans with an incredible second quarter, who have outshot Bowling Green 18-8 in that 10-minute period. Now have a 36-27 lead over Fred Shamil and the Orange and Browns. The Falcons find themselves down by 9 heading into the break here. We'll take a quick break here, and Caden Knapp is going to give you some halftime analysis, myself as well a little bit here, but we'll take a quick short break here. You're listening to BGSU Women's Basketball taking on the Detroit Mercy Titans here on WBGU 88.1. Don't go anywhere.
My name is Malcolm Johnson Jr., senior wide receiver, and my Falcon 4 favorite NFL teams are the Ravens, because it's in my hometown, the Texans, because Stephon Diggs, and he's from Maryland, the New York Giants, because, well, I love their colors, and the Commanders, because my favorite NFL player is Sean Taylor. Go Falcons.
Hey, I'm BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat, and you are listening to WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcons Media Sports Network.
BGSU men's basketball hosts the Taylor University Trojans in an NAIA versus Division I matchup on Monday, November 11th. Catch Falcon Media Sports Network's Tyler Kavelitz and Artie Abrego for pregame at 6:45 and tip-off at 7 p.m. on Falcon Radio.
We are the boy band. Your tween made you see. We are the boy. It's painful concert number 3. We are the boy band. We're 5 and 19. We are the boy band. Always singing on key.
You love your kids enough to take them to see their favorite band. Love them enough to make sure they're buckled up in the back seat. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Did you know that people born from 1945 to 1965 have the highest rates of hepatitis C, but most don't know they're infected? People can live for decades without symptoms, but over time, hepatitis C can cause serious health problems, including liver damage and even liver cancer. If you were born from 1945 to 1965, the CDC recommends that you get a blood test for hepatitis C. So talk to your doctor about getting tested. It could save your life. A message from the CDC.
My name is Hunter Hayes. I know myself, and I know my buzzed warning signs. One shot is about knowing my limits, or not necessarily knowing my limits.
I start with one shot to have a good time.
One of the signs that I'm starting to feel a little buzz is when I start solving not only my own problems, but the entire world's problems. When I know I'm going out, I know I'm gonna start with calling for a ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Jill, why don't you tell the class what you did this weekend?
Well, my dad and I went in search of some magical minnows and found a zillion of them in the stream from our lookout rock. Then my sister and I escaped from an evil slug king and went back to my super twig fort for safety. Then we told stories till it got dark, and the Big Dipper led us all the way home.
Wow. Where were you, Jill?
We went to the forest. It's not that far away.
Ask your parents to take you and your friends to the forest this week. It's closer than you think. Check out discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Hey, so what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The 100 Deadliest Days of Summer has begun, yet there are precautions that motorists can take to make this year's summer a safe one. This is Sergeant Matt Gear of the Ohio State Highway Patrol's Bowling Green Post. Warm weather brings an increase in traffic, which often presents a corresponding escalation in vehicular crashes and deaths. Therefore, public safety officials refer to the time period from Memorial Day through Labor Day as the 100 Deadliest Days of Summer. We ask that you do your part to contribute to roadway safety by obeying the speed limit and riding smart and sober.
Let's be honest. The National Symphony may not be in his future, but he wanted to try violin. So you said yes because you love him. And if you love him that much, love him enough to make sure he's buckled up and in the back seat. Find out more about keeping your kids safe in your vehicle at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Show him you love him. Keep him safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
All right, you're on.
Back here at halftime, here at Callahan Hall here at Detroit Mercy University with the Titans. 36, the Bowling Green Falcons 27, a 9-point lead for Detroit Mercy. 20 minutes basketball down, 20 minutes left to play here. Friday night action here in women's basketball. Luke Kleinmeyer, thank you so much for joining along with us all evening long. We're going to welcome back in Caden Knapp from the Cooling Center on the campus of Bowling Green State University. Caden, we're going to talk a little about halftime stats and what we've seen here. Right now, one thing we can talk about is after that second quarter, Detroit Mercy outshot Bowling Green. They're 18-8 in those 10-minute periods, and right now they've enjoyed the lead with the majority of this game with nearly 12 minutes with the lead compared to Bowling Green's 5 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, now into the first 6 quarters of the season for the Falcons. They just have not finished the quarter well. They finished quarter number 2 today with a nearly 2-minute scoring drought. And, I mean, really, at the end of the first quarter, or heading into the end of the first quarter, it looked like the Falcons had a lot of momentum. And then that last minute, Detroit Mercy was able to just get some things going their way, and they found a way to carry that into quarter number 2, and now they have that lead.
Halftime stats from those first 20 minutes. Aaliyah McQueen leads the Titans in points with 11. She also has 4 rebounds as well. Jackson and Hooper both have 4 points as well. And Elassen with 5 points as well. Only in terms of rebounding there, Caden, it's been kind of even at both ends of the floor. But I think right now one of the biggest things to look for with Bowling Green have been those turnovers. But before we talk about those turnovers, for the Falcons, Ellis leading in points with 6. Velasco and Donahue both have 5. Erica Porter with 4 as well. Paige Kohler just with 2. And Lauren Gherkin hit it with 3 as well, headed 2. And drew contact, went to the line as well. But back to the turnovers, Caden. I think that's been honestly the story of this first half. And you look at the second half, points from turnover, Detroit Mercy 15, Bowling Green 8.
Yeah, I mean, Detroit Mercy has really taken advantage of the turnovers, and especially the 10 turnovers that they were able to force in quarter number 2. And I mean, really, that's how you're successful in really any sport. It's being able to take momentum, score off of other teams' mistakes. And I mean, the Falcons want to come back. They're going to need to take a little better care of that basketball. They did a good job at lowering their foul totals and their contact compared to that first game. And they also need to get, Kohler especially, going. And because when she's hot, the whole team's hot.
You named Kohler there. Kohler, 2 personal fouls. Only played 5 minutes in that first half. We didn't see her at all in the second quarter. 2 personal fouls as well.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw the same thing kind of happen with Porter last game. I mean, she had 2 fouls right off the bat, and I mean, she didn't see much playing time. We'll see how Coach Shamil really talks to his players during the break and what he does for his game plan, because he had a total of 7 players play in that first quarter. He added an additional 5 players to the rotation to have a total of 12 players playing in half number 1. Where you compare that to Detroit Mercy, they had 11 players play in the first quarter, and they didn't add any new players to the rotation in the second quarter. They kept that same one going.
Yeah, definitely a good talking point as well. Amy Velasco played all 20 minutes in that first half for Bowling Green. And you have to see how things are going. She might play all 20 in the second half as well in the third and fourth quarter. Other stats, Bowling Green from 3, 2 for 7. That's 28% from beyond the arc, while Detroit Mercy Titans, 5 for 15. That's good for 33% from beyond the arc. But right now, it really seemed a little bit, just a lot of sloppiness on the offensive end for Bowling Green. I think it's fair to say defensively, they've been doing pretty good, holding Detroit Mercy to just 36 points in the first 2 quarters, and they've been good at getting those defensive rebounds as well. They're out-rebounding them totally they're being out-rebounded by 1, but defensively, they've had better rebounds as well with 9 instead of Detroit Mercy. But, Caden, I'm going to ask you a question. If you're head coach Fred Shamil, what are kind of some of your strategies heading into the third quarter? Is there any players you'd like to see play a little bit more? Is there a tactical switch you like to see, or does it kind of just come down to being better on the ball, especially in the offensive end, and being just less sloppy with it and just cutting down on those turnovers?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, those turnovers similar to the first game were just like a huge downfall for the Falcons in the first half. I mean, had they not had those turnovers, this game is completely different. And, of course, because Coach Shamil, you got to be emphasizing that and just, protect that basketball a little more, because, like you said, Lucas, their defense has not been that bad. They've been holding Detroit Mercy, and they've been able to get those important boards. But those points off of turnovers, just the big difference. And, I mean, really, we said it in the pregame, Erica Porter, I think, needs to have a big second half, or at least a good second half, to get the team back and going, at least scoring-wise, because, I mean, she is a pivotal piece to this team. Even going back to last year, it's like it felt like they were really good when she was good, and then they had those lows when she was bad or not as good.
Definitely, for sure. Up and down, trying to find that healthy medium, but also trying to get back to where she can be, which is that elite offensive player and just dominant in paint. You saw a couple of times this game. We'll see if it can happen more consistently. Thanks, Caden, from the halftime report from the Cooling Center. We'll take a quick break here. We're just about under 4 minutes left to go here for halftime. And right before that, we'll have third quarter action here at Detroit Mercy. The Detroit Mercy Titans lead the Bowling Green Falcons 36-27, so a 9-point lead for head coach Kate Ochter, a Bowling Green legend. We'll take a quick break and come back with you with third quarter action here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
Hello, this is Ted Hazelman, Superintendent of Bowling Green City Schools. Did you know? Of the 209 graduates of the Bowling Green High School class of 2024, 67 graduated with honors diplomas, 99 had over a 3.5 GPA, and 21 students earned a 30 or higher on their ACT test. The BGHS class of 2024 boasts a National Merit Scholar and a National Merit Finalist. This has been your Bowling Green City Schools Quality Profile Moment. To learn more about Bowling Green City Schools, please visit our website, sign up for our e-newsletter, and follow us on Facebook, X, and YouTube.
Interested in joining Falcon Media Sports Network? If you're looking to get involved, send an email to sports@bgfalconmedia.com.
Eating, working, living pain-free. These are a few of the things many of us take for granted. But for many adults with disabilities who are elderly or have serious medical issues, dental care is simply unaffordable. Dental Lifeline Network is looking for dentists who can change this. DLN is asking dentists and their teams to volunteer to just see one of the many patients in need. You can literally change a life. Visit willyouseeone.org to help change one life in your community today.
Hey, so what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
We've all seen it. Drivers looking down at their phones, taking selfies, watching videos, actions that create dangerous situations on our roadways. This is Trooper Tony Shirley of the Ohio State Highway Patrol Bowling Green Post. Every time someone takes their eyes or their focus off the road, even for just a few seconds, they put their life and the lives of others in danger. If you're distracted, you're not driving.
Back here at Callahan Hall at the campus of Detroit Mercy University, or UDM, as they like to say. The Detroit Mercy Titans 36, the Bowling Green Falcons 27. An incredible second quarter from the Titans has put them in a 9-point lead here before the start of the third quarter. Head coach Fred Shamil and the Falcons got some work to do. They got to cut down on those turnovers, and they got to be better on the offensive end. Take care of the ball better. All those good stuff. 5 on the court for Bowling Green as they resume third quarter play is the same 5 they had to start this one. Paige Kohler, Amy Velasco, Johnny Donahue, Erica Porter, and Taya Ellis of the 5 for the Orange and Brown. And for the Detroit Mercy, the same 5 as well as they started with. Jasmine Edwards, Mayana Hooper, Michaela Jackson, and Aaliyah McQueen, and Amia O'Brien, who has a fantastic second quarter, will be the 5 on the court for the Detroit Mercy. So we're underway here for the third quarter. 36-27 Detroit Mercy, 9:50 down and counting here in the third. Here's Jackson, the Titans back the other way in the third quarter. That shot there, no good. And defensive rebound there from Erica Porter. So a shot there will not fall for UDM. Velasco, Donahue, Ellis, Kohler. Hands out to Velasco. Velasco drives inside. Velasco, nice little move and gets a one-toe roll around the rim and fall in. Amy Velasco got the first points of this second half for Bowling Green. 36-29, Detroit Mercy. O'Brien to Jackson. McQueen Hooper. Hooper driving inside and puts up a floater underneath the basket and gets that one to fall. 38-29, Detroit Mercy. Here's Paige Kohler down to the right wing, top of the key, Ellis. Velasco to Donahue. Donahue, screen set from Ellis. Donahue drives inside, a tough shot there. Can't get on the fall, but a foul called. That foul's going to be called on McQueen. That's her second personal foul. So Donahue will go to the charity stripe. Donahue. First time tonight going to the charity stripe. 2 from 6 from the floor, 5 points, 1 from 3 from 3. Able to knock down the first one. So Falcons now reach 30 points, 38-30. Detroit Mercy still leads by 8. Chance to cut it down to 7. Donahue's second attempt is good. 31-38 UDM. Here's O'Brien, and the Titans coming back the other way. A screen set there from Edwards. Puts on the move on Kohler. A nice finish there from O'Brien. The freshman's got moves, that's for sure. Put the brakes on Kohler and got that one to finish on the right. 40-31, Detroit Mercy. Lead back up to 9. And that one off the hands of Kohler. It'll go out of play and inbounded for the Titans. Here's O'Brien again. O'Brien now up to 10 points as well in this game. She'll dribble inside. Out to the right, Jackson. Jackson guarded by Donahue. Donahue get on the fall, and Jackson there. Tough finish to the rim. And finishes with the left. 42-31 now, Detroit Mercy. Velasco feeds this one in the post to Porter. Porter was working on Edwards there and had that one last touched off of Erica Porter. So the Titans will take over. So in this quarter, Bowling Green 1 from 6 from the last three-pointer. And from the floor, Detroit Mercy 4 for the last 5. And a stolen there from Donahue. A turnover off O'Brien. Donahue's got a full head of steam. Come back the other way. Donahue can get that one to fall. It's rebounded from Ellis. She can get that one to fall. This time Porter got the rebound there. And an offensive foul called on Erica Porter. And that's just stuff Bowling Green's going to need to capitalize on. Donahue with a great steal. Poked that one away. Couldn't get the shot to fall. Good defensive there from O'Brien. Ellison grabbed the rebound. Couldn't get that one the shot to fall. And then Porter on the third bite. Couldn't get that one shot to fall. And then was called for the foul. So that's going to be Erica Porter's 4th turnover. But just her first personal foul. So still 42-31 Detroit Mercy with 7:30 left to play here in the third. Velasco falls to the floor. McQueen trying to give this one to Hooper, and does. Hooper does well to get the floor and gives this one to Jackson. Jackson drives inside for the mid-range there. That shot no good. Trying to rebound there was McQueen. Velasco trying to box out, couldn't do so, but Kohler away from the play there, took a shot there and fell to the floor. It seems to be okay. So Lauren Gerken is going to come in for Erica Porter on this defensive play. An 11-point lead for the Titans. Inbound this pass to Hooper, guarded by Gerken. Hooper drives inside, gets around Gerken there, and the shot falls and one. Mayana Hooper extends the lead to 13 for UDM. Almost a 2-minute scoreless run for BG. And Hooper looking to make it a 3-point lead. 3-point play, I should say. And a 14-point lead. And she does. 45-31 Titans. Here's Velasco once more. Out to the right to Kohler. Gerken to Donahue. Hands this one off to Velasco. Dribbling inside. Gets Hooper off balance there initially. Velasco kicks this one back up to Kohler. There's Kohler guarded by O'Brien. O'Brien to Gherkin. Gherkin inside to Ellis. Ellis guarded by 2 Detroit Mercy Titan defenders. Both hands were up from Jackson and Edwards, but a whistle will be blown, and the foul's going to be called on Jackson. So Ellis will go to the charity stripe. Six points from 2 for 5 shooting. 2 for 2 from the free throw line before, and now make it 3 for 3 as she knocks down her first one. 45-32 Falcons. Ellis, perfect. 45-33. So now she's 4 from 4 from the line. And now Ellis is up to 8 points, which is in the lead for Bowling Green this game. Here's O'Brien. The 2 freshmen going at it with Donahue and O'Brien. O'Brien into the middle of the paint with the floater on the right. Gets that one to fall. 47-33 the Titans. Gherkin hands off to Kohler. Kohler dribbles inside. Out to Velasco. To Donahue. Donahue drives inside to the baseline. Donahue puts up a tough shot. Not close there. And rebounded there from Jackson. Out to the right. Hooper. Hooper, oh, good pass inside to find Edwards wide open. 49-33. UDM is on a run with 6 minutes left to play here in the first. Timeout called. Head coach Fred Shamil at Bowling Green. What a run it's been for the Titans to start the third quarter. The Titans have a 16-point lead with under 6 minutes left to play in the third. This timeout is sponsored by Juniper Brewing Company on 145 South Main Street in downtown Bowling Green, featuring coffee and craft beer and serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. See the latest menu at juniperbrew.com. We'll take the timeout with them. 49-33 Detroit Mercy. We'll be right back after this.
Hey BG Falcon fans, you're here with Paige Kohler on the women's basketball team. These are my Falcon 4 favorite things about basketball. First off, I love competing. I love being able to win, and I love the winning feeling. Second, I love that it's a team sport. I love being out there with 4 other people on the court. Third, all the traveling that we get to do. I've been to so many new places because of basketball. And lastly, I love making new friends and just playing the sport I love with my best friends.
Let's be honest. The National Symphony may not be in his future, but he wanted to try violin. So you said yes because you love him. And if you love him that much, love him enough to make sure he's buckled up and in the back seat. Find out more about keeping your kids safe in your vehicle at nhtsa.gov/therightseat. Show him you love him. Keep him safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/therightseat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Back here after this timeout by Fred Shamil and the Falcons, where they trail 49-33 to the Detroit Mercy Titans with under 6 minutes left to play here in the third quarter. Welcome back inside the broadcast. I'm Lucas Kleinmeyer. Trends. 11-2 run for Detroit Mercy in those last 3 minutes. While they're 1 from 6 in their last three-pointer attempts, the Titans are 6 for 7 in their last attempts from the floor. While for Bowling Green, 1 for 5 in their last 5 attempts. 1 for 6 in the last 6 three-point attempts. Aaliyah McQueen, 3 from 4 from three-point range this game. Mayana Hooper, 4 from 5 from the floor. It was a disastrous second quarter for Bowling Green, but Detroit Mercy has came out in the third and has kept their foot on the gas. And the Falcons find themselves down by 16. As Velasco inbound this one. Velasco to Kohler. Kohler. Inside to Ellis. Christiana Kulackovska is coming to this game for Bowling Green. Their first touch on the ball of the second half. Velasco finds one else downside. Ellis, the shot there, no good. And a jump ball there with Gherkin and McQueen. Both battling for that rebound. Be a jump ball, and it'll be Bowling Green possession with 6 seconds left on the shot clock. So our official is going to go to the monitor to make sure. Double check this one. Detroit Mercy is outscoring Bowling Green now 30-18 in the paint. Not a good trend for Bowling Green. And as they review this one, our official signals for immediate timeout here. So with this timeout, we'll take it with them. This timeout is sponsored by Juniper Brewing Company. You can find the latest menu at juniperbrew.com. We'll be back after this.
This is Artie Abrego, and you're listening to 88.1 FM WBGU Bowling Green, home of the Falcon Media Sports Network.
When might you be buzzed? When you suddenly love everything.
You guys, I love this song.
I love these nachos.
I love our kickball league. Ugh! I love this guy.
What's your name?
You know what I'd love?
A ride when it's time to head out.
If you see a buzzed warning sign, call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I love your car. Is this real leather?
I'm probably okay to have one more drink before I drive home. I'm probably okay. I open the window to stay alert. Probably okay. I just popped some gum in my mouth.
Step out of the car, please.
I probably made a mistake.
Probably okay isn't okay when it comes to drinking and driving. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
So back here with this one here at Detroit Mercy. After media timeout, official went to the monitor to review. 49-36 Detroit Mercy. A 16-point lead for UDM. 6 on the shot clock right now for Bowling Green. Shamil not happy with something. And whatever Shamil said to our head official, a little bit of a talking to Jasmine Edwards. So regardless of what that was, we'll inbound this one. With 6 seconds left to play here. Velasco to Ellis. 3 on the shot clock to Velasco. Velasco puts the shot up there. Velasco, a tough shot there. Get that one to fall. To the contact and everything. 49-35, Detroit Mercy. Here's O'Brien for the Titans. O'Brien, Hooper, guarded by Velasco. Pass down low, looking for Edwards. Is picked off from Kohler. Here's Kohler back the other way. Can the Falcons go on a run? Kohler out wide to Velasco. Velasco from a deep three. Amy Velasco, no good. Rebounded there is going to be Holden from McQueen. Got that one over Ellis. Here's O'Brien. Work on Kolashkovska. O'Brien to the paint. That one bounces in and out. And rebounded from Velasco. So a buddy shot there doesn't fall for O'Brien. Velasco to Kohler. Top of the key. Kohler now drives inside with the right. Paige Kohler. Tough shot. Rolls around the rim and falls. Paige Kohler, her first points in quite some time. 49-37. Detroit Mercy leads by 12. 4:25 left to play here in the third quarter. Here's Hooper driving inside there. Did Ellis get a touch? She might have. Regardless, Detroit Mercy comes with it. McQueen from deep three, no good. And the rebounder held in from Gherkin. Velasco. Back the other way for Bowling Green. Velasco, nice spin move inside. Has that one rejected in the middle from McQueen. McQueen back the other way for the Titans. And a wide open three in the corner is Hooper. That one falls. Gets a bounce and gets that one to fall. Hooper, 52. Bowling Green, 37. Falcons back the other way. Gherkin trying to find Ellis. Had a great vision there to find Ellis, but the shot rolls in and out. It's a 15-point lead for the Titans with 3:35 left to play here in the third quarter. And here's a deep three attempt from McQueen, who just took that kind of early. No good. Rebound from Ellis. Kohler and Falcons back the other way. Kohler drives inside. Paige Kohler trying to do it again. She can't. Gherkin and McQueen bound for the rebound there. It's last off of Gherkin. It'll be Detroit Mercy ball. So we saw Detroit Mercy kind of take a quick shot there from their possession, and then Kohler does the same on the other end of the floor. One from the last 5 for the floor, Detroit Mercy. One from the last 4 from beyond the arc. Here come the Titans once again. Velasco guarding O'Brien, who works inside. Here's Tripper, who's come into this one. That shot there is going to be waved off as an offensive foul is going to be called on Lasson. Velasco takes the charge. Erica Porter checks back into this game. Kulachkovska, Gherkin checks out. Layla Harrison checks back in as well. Here's Velasco. Trying to bring her team back. Velasco puts up a shot there. That one was rejected by Jackson. Bowling Green will remain possession with 18 left on the shot clock. Velasco trying to inbound this one, and off the ball foul. And it's actually going to go in favor of Bowling Green. They're going to get DeBonte. Velasco inbounds this one to Ellis. Ellis to Kohler, top of the key to Harrison. Harrison back to Kohler. Kohler looking to find Porter there. Tough there, Erica Porter. And gets that one to fall. What a pass there from Kohler to find Erica Porter. Who beat 2 Detroit Mercy Titans there. So strong with all the contact there. Getting that one to fall. And Porter has a chance to make it a 3-point play. First points for Bowling Green in nearly 2 minutes. And Porter can get that one to fall, rolls in and out. Here's O'Brien back the other way. O'Brien. Gives this one back to Jackson. Jackson has that one poked away from Ellis. And hold in from Porter. Defensive stop from Bowling Green. Can they capitalize? Velasco. Signals the play, Velasco, and the Porter inside. 3 Titans inside of her. Porter put that one up regardless. Can't on the fall, then trips over Jackson, who's on the floor. O'Brien finds inside. Edwards, and an open shot there is no good. That was Starks on that attempt. And they're going to get Paige Kohler there on the foul. And for Paige Kohler, it's going to be another personal foul. 5 on the floor for the Titans. O'Brien, Jackson, Starks, DeBonte, and Edwards. For Falcons, Kohler, Velasco, Porter, Ellis, and Harrison. This ball gets inbounded. Oh, look at a contact there from Hooper. Bouncing off of Porter and Kohler. Still almost got the shot to fall. We'll see who they tag this foul on for Bowling Green. It'll be on Erica Porter. Kohler now up to 3 personal fouls. Porter now her second. So 2 trips coming up for the line from Mayana Hooper. First one falls. First points breaks a 2-minute drought for Detroit Mercy, 53-39 UDM. Another one, make it 2 for 2 for the line, 54-39 Detroit Mercy. Here's Harrison. A little bit of a full court press here from the Titans. Harrison does well there to be patient and gives us one up to Velasco. Shot clock down to 15. We're down to 1 minute and 30 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. Porter looking for Ellis. Has that one knocked away from Jackson. And O'Brien come back the other way. That one's poked away there from Paige Kohler. It'll go out of bounds. It will still remain Detroit Mercy ball. O'Brien gives that one in and stolen away from Layla Harrison, the freshman with a big takeaway. Here's Paige Kohler. Kohler to Velasco. Signals the play once more. Screen set initially from Porter, but gives it to Kohler, and Paige Kohler connects from downtown. 54-42. Lead cut down to 12. We're now under a minute left to play here in the third quarter. 51 seconds left and counting. Here's Mayana Hooper. Hooper out wide to the right to Edwards. Edwards out to the right wing. Here's O'Brien, gets a screen set. Bounce pass looking for Fern, and that one's knocked away again from Harrison. Able to grab her own rebound is Edwards again. Timeout call from Detroit Mercy just in time. It'll be a 30-second timeout here with 35.8 left to play here in the third quarter. Detroit Mercy 54, Bowling Green 42. So a 12-point lead for the Titans. So common trends right now. 1 for 6 in their last 6 attempts for the Detroit Mercy. 1 from 4 from their last 3. As a team for the Falcons. From 3-point, they're 1 for 7 from their last 7 attempts. Kohler breaking that drought. From 3 as a team, they're just 3 for 9. Donahue hit a 3 early in the first quarter. Velasco hit a 3 as well. So Kohler joins in there as well. Leading scores for the Titans, Hooper with 14, O'Brien with 12. For the Falcons, it's Velasco with 9, Kohler with 7, and Porter with just 6. Ball inbound back to Jackson. 32 seconds now left and counting. Here's Jackson. Shot clock down to 1. Puts up a 3. No good there. And an defensive foul on Erica Porter. Much to the dismay of head coach Fred Shamil. Thought Porter boxed out. Thought she did well there. Instead, McQueen will earn the foul. Leading the Titans in the 5 of the 8 major stat categories. McQueen's first attempt rolls off the rim and is no good. Jasmine Fern's going to check in for the Falcons momentarily as she knocks down the second one. 55-42, Detroit Mercy. There's Fleming to Ellis. Velasco to Kohler. Kohler back to Velasco. Velasco down to 13, shot clock is off. Fern. Jasmine Fern's going to try a deep 3. That one's no good. And rebounded from O'Brien. Porter hits the floor. No foul called. Back the other way is McQueen. Velasco takes the contact. And no foul called. And the entire Bowling Green bench is furious with that no call on Erica Porter. So 4.1 seconds left in the third here. Velasco took the charge on the other end. Great defensive play from the Centerville native. And Gherkin will check in for Porter for these final 4 seconds. So she took a heavy hit from a Titan. Down to 2, down to 1. Velasco with the ball. Shot clock is off. Can't put the shot off in time as it won't fall. And in the third quarter here at Callahan Hall, the Detroit Mercy Titans have a 13-point lead, 55-42 in favor of Detroit Mercy. Can the Falcons, Matt, which would be an incredible comeback? They have 10 minutes to do so here. We're just about ready for the start of the fourth quarter. You're listening to BGSU Women's Basketball here on WBGU 88.1 FM. Don't go anywhere.
Hi, I'm Lauren Hovey on the BGSU volleyball team, and these are my Falcon 4 off-day activities. My first one would be spend time with family and friends if they're in town, because I love them. My second one would be read my book because it's relaxing. My third one would be go get coffee because who doesn't love coffee? And my fourth one would be go get groceries so I can make food for the week.
Let's be honest. The National Symphony may not be in his future, but he wanted to try violin. So you said yes because you love him. And if you love him that much, love him enough to make sure he's buckled up and in the back seat. Find out more about keeping your kids safe in your vehicle at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Show him you love him. Keep him safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
A 13-point lead for UDM as we began the start of the fourth quarter here at Callahan Hall at the University of Detroit Mercy. I'm Lucas Kleinmeyer. Thanks so much for joining us all evening long. While it was a great first quarter for Bowling Green, the last two haven't been so, as it's been all Detroit Mercy. 19-18, Bowling Green won the first quarter, then 18-8 in favor of the Titans in the second. 19-15, the Titans won the third. The Falcons are going to need to win the fourth quarter in a big way, down by 13 heading into this one. Brought up during our momentary break by our board operator in studio, Caden Knapp. The shot chart, if I had to paint a picture for our audience, is much more spread out for Detroit Mercy all around the perimeter and inside the paint. While for the Falcons, they've had almost little to no shots attempted by either right wing or left wing. Only one attempt really in the left, near the left corner, which is a Paige Kohler three. Everything else has been underneath the paint. So Detroit Mercy has done a very good job being able to create more shots and spread the ball around the floor a lot more than Bowling Green. Fourth quarter action, about ready to get underway. Well, let's see what the Falcons can do. Edwards will inbound this one. Edwards, Jackson, Hooper, O'Brien, and DeBonte on the floor for the Titans. While for the Falcons, it's Velasco, Kohler, Ellis, Fern, and Lauren Gherkin. First possession for the Titans in play. That one's knocked away there. That was Layla Harrison actually rather on the floor instead of Jasmine Fern, who knocked that one away. Velasco. Out to Kohler. Kohler out to top of the key. Lauren Gherkin going to try for three. Lauren Gherkin can't get one to fall. Nothing but air there. So an open look there for top of the key. Falcons couldn't hit that one. Let's hear Detroit Mercy come back the other way. O'Brien. DeBonte to Hooper. Pass inside. Edwards beat Ellis in the paint. Got the one to go off her right hand and off the glass and in. 57-42 Detroit Mercy. It's a 15-point lead for the Titans. Velasco. She'll try three of her own, two of her own. Amy Velasco connects from beyond the arc. 12-point lead now for the Titans. That's her second three-pointer made of the game. She's up to 12 points now. Harrison defending the queen. Pass there and picked off from Harrison. Read that one all the way. Stealing that one away from Edwards. Velasco. Here's Paige Kohler there. A tough attempt Devontae will foul the sophomore guard from North Homestead Falls. So Velasco will have 2 attempts from the charity stripe here, trying to cut the lead down to 10. Devontae will check out this one. McQueen will check back in. Here's Kohler first attempt. And that one bounced off the back of the rim, off the backboard, not the front of the rim, and rolled out. So it took 3 bounces, but no good. Second attempt is no good as well, so no for 2 trip there from the line for Paige Kohler. Here's O'Brien to the left wing, back the other way for Detroit Mercy. Feeds this one inside, defended by Gherkin, looking for Edwards. Had the one packed off initially there. Travel called. 1 steps too many there from Jasmine Edwards. BG still down by 12. 8:20 left to play here in the fourth quarter. 57-45 Detroit Mercy. Amy Velasco drives right. And a foul's going to be called on Mayanna Hooper. Her second foul. And Velasco will inbound this one. Velasco to Ellis. Ellis had that one knocked away initially. Ellis in underneath the rim. That shot can't fall. Guarded by 3 Detroit Mercy players. Another empty possession from Bowling Green. They got to start making some of these count. Clock is ticking as Hooper comes back the other way. Try a shot by near the right wing by a tight angle. Couldn't get that one to fall. Amy Velasco there will be tallied with the foul. Erica Porter will check in. Taya Ellis will check out for Bowling Green. Hooper's first attempt from the line is up and in. 58-45 Detroit Mercy with 8:02 left to play here in the fourth. Hooper sets, and that one rolls in and out. So 1 for 2 there from the line. 58-45 Bowling Green. Down by 13. Kohler to Porter. Finds Porter inside and can't get that one to fall. Rebounded there from Harrison. That one can't fall. Rebounded again from Harrison, the third by the apple. Back up to Kohler. Shot clock down to 15. The battle in the paint has been incredible this second half. As Velasco tries to drive inside. And Mayanna Hooper is going to be tied for another foul on Amy Velasco. The Titans have led now for 75% of this game. After it was a first quarter that was mainly led by Bowling Green. Velasco inbounds this one underneath the basket to Porter. Erica Porter gets that one to go up and in. 58-47. And a travel called on Detroit Mercy. Mayanna Hooper. So a missed call there as McQueen inbounded that one to Hooper. And just a lack of judgment there, a lack of concentration from Hooper. Can Bowling Green capitalize? Velasco looking inside of Porter. Another foul call. And this time they're going to get Edwards, who just had a little too much contact there of Erica Porter in the paint. So now Bowling Green will inbound this one underneath the basket. Velasco to Porter once more. Porter work inside. Erica Porter there. That shot won't fall. Gherkin crashes. Rebounded from Harrison. Harrison bounced past to Velasco. Off the glass and in. Amy Velasco. It wasn't pretty, but they got the fall. The lead's cut down to single digits. Down to 9. 58-49. Feed inside to Edwards. Guarded by Velasco. They're blocked away from Porter. What a defensive play. Into the hands of Gherkin. Can Bowling Green continue their momentum? Velasco drives down inside the paint. They're guarded by McQueen. Will the basket count? It will not. O'Brien will attack the foul. Bowling Green's in this one. Down by 9. We are 6:58 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Amy Velasco will shoot 2 to try to cut it down to 7. But first, can she cut it down to 8? She knocks down the first. Velasco is now up to 15 points. Velasco much in contention for our BG Falcon Media Food and Drink Guy Player of the Game. We'll have assistant coach Lexus Graham-Belinko and our player of the game joining us with our post-game show. So don't go anywhere after this one's over. Velasco hits down that second one, 58-51. Lead cut down to just 7. Last lead for Bowling Green was 21-18 all the way back to the beginning of the second quarter. The lead's cut down to just 7 for Detroit Mercy. Then a 5-0 run for the Falcons. Can they capitalize? Porter. Porter to Hooper, guarded by Velasco. Hooper drives around Harrison, works inside to Porter. Shot clock down to 8. And stolen away from Velasco. A turnover for the Titans. Velasco drives inside, gets around Jackson. Velasco fouled and can't get that one to fall. Bush will go to the charity stripe once again. That's going to be Michaela Jackson on that foul. McQueen will check out. DeBonte will check back in. So Velasco hit a couple free throws just a few seconds ago. Can she hit them again? Knocks down the first. It's 58-52 Titans. 6:27 left to play. Can she cut the lead down to just 5? And she's got it. Nothing but net on both of those. 58-53 Bowling Green. 6:25 left to play in the fourth. We got a game. Here's Hooper. Hooper to Gherkin there. Travel called on DeBonte. Another turnover from the Titans. It's all unraveling here in the fourth quarter for Kay Doctor and her squad. Gherkin inbounds to Velasco. Harrison out to Gherkin. Gherkin finds Porter inside. Erica Porter drives inside, gets the turn, gets it to fall. The Falcons are down by just 1. A 13-1 run for the Orange and Brown, and a timeout called for the Detroit Mercy Titans. Down but not out. (58-55), just a 3-point lead, correction. Got ahead of myself there, just a 1-point lead. So just a 3-point lead for the Titans. And a timeout call from Kay Agner. This timeout is sponsored by Juniper Brewing Company. You can find the latest menu at juniperbrew.com. We'll take it with them. 58-55 Titans, a 3-point lead for UDM.
Were you born from 1945 to 1965? People born during these years are 5 times more likely to have hepatitis C. So even if you try to eat right, exercise, and take care of yourself, you could still have hepatitis C, a serious disease that's a leading cause of liver cancer. If you were born from 1945 to 65, you should get a blood test for hepatitis C. Treatments can cure this disease. Talk to your doctor about getting tested. A message from the CDC.
Some people won't give you the real talk on drugs, but it's time we know the facts. Fentanyl is often laced into illicit drugs and used to make fake versions of prescription pills. You can't see it, taste it, or smell it. Suppliers mix fentanyl into their products because it's potent and cheap, and the dealer might not even know. Keep yourself and others safe by knowing the real deal on fentanyl. Get the facts. Go to realdealonfentanyl.com. This message is brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hello, this is Ted Hazelman, Superintendent of Bowling Green City Schools.
Back here at Callahan Hall, Detroit Mercy Titans 58, Bowling Green Falcons 55, a 13-1 run for the Orange and Brown. Spearheaded by Amy Velasco, who now is up to 18 points on 5 for 11 shooting from the floor. Erica Porter now is up in double digits as well with 10 points, as well. Both are much in contention for our BG Falcon Media Food and Drink Guide player of the game. So timeout called for the Titans. I was getting ready to resume play. Velasco, Harrison, Gherkin, Porter, Kohler, all on the floor for Bowling Green. For the Titans, it's Starks, Devontae, Hooper, Edwards, and O'Brien with 5:49 left to play here in this one. Here's O'Brien, gets a screen set from Edwards to the left wing. Almost had the one knocked away from Kohler. Hooper comes back with it. Hooper has it knocked away again. Ground ball there, jump ball, possession arrow. Will favor Bowling Green. Still on the floor, scrap there from Erica Porter and Hooper. A little bit of extra physicality there on the floor. Both teams want this one bad. First game of the season for Detroit Mercy, the first road game of the year for the Falcons. A 12-2 run for Bowling Green as the officials will tuck this one over. See who this one belongs to. Will be a jump ball. And then we'll review it to see who it will favor. Initially it favored Bowling Green, but Erica Porter and Mayanna Hooper were just on the floor there for a good extra 3 seconds after the whistle was already blown, just fighting for the ball. So as they review this one, we'll stay right here with you. Points for the Titans. Hooper leads the team with 15. McQueen with 12. O'Brien with 12 as well. Jackson with 6 as well. Shooting 22 for 48 from the floor, 6 from 19 from 3. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, we mentioned Velasco with 18 points. Porter with 10. Second closest is Ellis with 8. Kohler and Donahue both have 7. We haven't seen Donahue at all, really, in this second half. $19 for 49 from the floor. 4 for 13 from 3 as well. And more impressively, the Falcons haven't turned the ball over at this quarter at all, which has been extremely impressive for a team that averaged over 15 turnovers last year, had a lot of turnovers last game against Southern Mississippi, had a lot of turnovers in the first half on this one. If you talk about the first half, they had 14. Here in the first quarter, that's how you're going to win games, and they're going to come back. Still down by 3 here with 5:34 left to play in the fourth. First Horizon League opponent the Falcons will face this year. Next game will be on Tuesday night against the Cleveland State Vikings. We'll have broadcast right here on WBGU 88.1 FM. Should be a fun one. McQueen, 4 fouls, 1 from fouling out. Will be a jump ball, and the call will stand. Bowling Green will take over. Still leading in 5 of the 8 major stat categories, McQueen. As Gherkin will inbound this one for Velasco. Buckle up your seatbelts, folks. It's a one-possession game with 5:30 now left to play. Velasco up the court for Bowling Green. Gherkin. Harrison onto left wing, Velasco. Porter inside, Erica Porter. Porter, cross pass to Kohler. Kohler top of the key, Harrison. Harrison Has that one knocked away momentarily and has that one last touch off of Harrison. Detroit Mercy ball. Can the Titans make it a 2-score game? Harrison there. And another offensive foul on the Titans. And another offensive foul on Mayana Hooper. Amy Velasco again standing her ground, taking that contact and earning the foul. Devontae will check out. That'll go down as Hooper's 5th turnover of the game. And the Titans' 23rd turnover of the game. Falcons have 18. Velasco down to 5 minutes. 58-55 Titans. Velasco finds Porter underneath the basket. Porter, nice move. Oh, and up and over. Can't get that one to fall there. Double team there with Harrison and Porter trying to get that one. They break out of the pressure. Devontae, and a wide open three in the left corner there is drained by guess who? Mayana Hooper. Up to 18 points, and the lead is extended to 6 points. 61-55 Detroit Mercy. Harrison. Breaking your 3-minute scoreless streak for the Titans as Gherkin trying to find a Titan there. That one was a foul committed from Kaylee Starks, who came from behind the back and knocked that one out of the hand of Gherkin. A little too much contact there on the wrist. So Gherkin will go to the free throw line for this, technically the second time tonight. It was 1 for 1 from the line. Gherkin drains the first. Every possession here matters for both teams, both offensively and defensively. Down to 4:20 left remaining. Gherkin, perfect from the line there, 61-57. Detroit Mercy's leads by 4. Here's Hooper. Hooper drives around Kohler, kicks out to the left. Here's Starks. Starks back out to Hooper. Hooper guarded by Kohler. And another foul called. And this time it's going to be on Paige Kohler. And that's going to be Paige Kohler's 4th personal foul, and she's 1 away from fouling out for the 2nd straight game. Ball inbounded, and it took off of Harrison. McQueen gets it back. Good defensive play there from Harrison, trying to keep it back, but Harrison lets her go initially. McQueen there gets through the contact and gets that one to fall from the mid-range. 63-57 Titans. A 6-point lead for UDM. Down under 4 minutes left. Velasco. Velasco goes inside. Velasco, a tough shot there, no good. And a foul on Lauren Gherkin. So for the first time in quite some time, Johnny Donahue will come back in this game for Harrison. A 6-point lead for the Titans, looking to make it a 3-possession game. O'Brien, Hooper. Works inside on Kohler. Out wide to Hooper again. Donahue. Hooper, guarded by Kohler. Hooper works inside. Shot clock down to 4. 3. Got to put up a shot. And gets it to fall. Shot clock down to 1. Aaliyah McQueen. Another big shot that leads back up to 8. With over 3 minutes left to play here. The momentum has swung back in UDM's favor. Velasco hits the floor. And hits the floor hard. Extremely hard. Oh boy. Put up a tough shot there and just hit the deck. It seems to be okay. Has gone up. It seems to be just okay. So Fern will come in for Velasco, who's played the entirety of this one. We'll have to check out momentarily. So Fern will take her free throw attempts because Velasco was tripped when she hit the floor. And that first one is no good. Fern again. No good again. And Porter there on the rebound. Erica Porter with a big offensive rebound. Out to Paige Kohler. Kohler, the Jasmine Fern for three. Fern overshot it too much. And Bowling Green comes out empty. 65-57, Detroit Mercy the other way. 2:45 left to play here. O'Brien attempt there, no good. Whistle called. Foul given. As Velasco. We'll check back into this game. For Jasmine Foreign, Lauren Gherkin will check out. Taya Ellis will check in as well. So the starting five will be on the court probably to finish this one out for Bowling Green. Gherkin. And a foul is going to be called. We'll see who they get. They'll get Amy Velasco. We'll just check back into that one. One for the last four, Bowling Green, and one for the scoreless in a minute, 46 to be exact. Down by 8. First attempt was good. Second attempt is good as well. A 10-point lead for the Titans, 67-57. As Bowling Green comes back the other way. Here's Kohler. Drives to the right. Give him on the fall. Rebounded from Ellis. Layup again from Porter. That one's good. Erica Porter there, a strong finish. $10 points in the second half. Erica Porter. Hooper back the other way. It's back up to 10. Diana Hooper. She's cracked 20. 69-59, Detroit Mercy. We are now down to 2 minutes left to play here. Kohler. Velasco. Velasco from three. Amy Velasco, no good. Rebound there. Stayed in bounds from Starks. Here's O'Brien the other way. O'Brien out to the right corner. Starks out to Hooper for three. Hooper, three, no good. Rebounded there from Erica Porter. They're coming about the Falcons the other way. Velasco drives inside. Velasco, a lot of contact, has that one swatted away and out of bounds. 1:31 left to play here. 69-59. Falcons down by 10. Velasco inbounds a Porter underneath the rim. Gets the foul. Can't get the bucket to go. Jasmine Edwards will be called for the foul. That's going to be her fourth personal foul as well. So that's 3 Titans now. Hooper, Edwards, and McQueen all on 4 fouls. All one away from fouling out. Erica Porter's first attempt for the line is good. Up to 60. 69-60, Detroit Mercy. This Bowling Green Falcons team beat this Titans team 76-29 2 years ago in 2022 in November. 2 years later, how times change. 69-61 Titans. As you couldn't get that one. An 8-point lead for the Titans down to 1:22 left to play. Driving inside O'Brien, can't get on the fall. Rebound from Ellis. Ellis now at 8 rebounds. Velasco. Velasco to Donahue. Timeout called from Bowling Green. Shamil's going to talk this one over. Time is ticking and time is crucial. 1:12 left to play in the fourth quarter. The Falcons down by 8. The Titans 69, the Falcons 61. A quick timeout. We'll take it with them. This timeout is sponsored by the Juniper Brewing Company. You can find the latest menu at juniperbrew.com.
that song again. For the 100th time today, here's that song again. It's gonna be stuck in your head all day. Here's that song again. It will make you cray cray.
You love your kids enough to watch that TV show a bajillion times. Love them enough to make sure they're in the right car seat for their age and size. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Back here in this one for Bowling Green, inbounded pass from Kohler, found Ellis underneath the rim. She got that one to fall, 69-63, Detroit Mercy down to 52 seconds left. And a called, and a turnover. Good defensive play there from Donahue. And Bowling Green will take over 52 seconds left, 69-63 Titans. The Falcons need a three, and they need a three in a big way. Velasco to Kohler. Down to 45. Kohler back up to Velasco. Velasco drives inside. And Velasco gets that one to fall. 69-65. 40 seconds left here in this one. Shot clock still on, obviously. Hooper. Guarded by Kohler. Hooper. Out to McQueen. Out to Fern, down to 22 seconds. Drives to the baseline there, Kohler. Got that one up, and that's Kohler's fifth. And that's Paige Kohler's fifth. And for the second straight game, Kohler will foul out. And Jasmine Fern is going to check in for the last 20 seconds. So Hooper will take this first one and got it. It's a 5-point lead now. Hooper's second attempt, try to make it a 6-point lead. Got that one to fall. Timeout, Fred Shamil. Down by 6 with 20.6 left remaining. And you have to think the Falcons are going to drop a 3-point play here and then foul due to how many time is left. Stay tuned for our post-game show. We'll have assistant coach Alexis Graham-Belinko join us, along with our BG Falcon Media Food and Drink Guide player of the game. Amy Velasco, 20 points, 3 assists, 1 block, 2 for 5 from 3. Leads the Falcons. Erica Porter up to 14 points as well. She's had a good bounce-back game. Ellis is 1 rebound away from a double-double as well, with 10 points and 9 rebounds. For the Titans, Hooper, 22 points, 7 for 9 shooting, 6 for 7 from the free throw line. She's been fantastic. The only returning starter from last season for Detroit Mercy. McQueen, second with 16. O'Brien with 12. .6 seconds left. Let's see what Shamil draws up. 5 on the floor. Fern, Porter, Ellis, Gherkin, and Velasco. Paige Kohler has fouled out. One of the main Falcons' big threats from 3. Not able to finish this one out. Velasco inbounds to Ellis. Ellis. This is one back there. Foul. Will be given to Bowling Green. That's going to be on Edwards, and Edwards will now foul out. That's her 5th. So Ellis didn't get the shot to fall, which is what they would have preferred. So with 18 seconds left to play here, Ellis will have 2 to shoot for the line. Her first attempt. It's good. Gets some help there from the front of the rim and gets it to fall. 5-point lead now for the Titans. Alice second attempt, rolls in and out. Rebounded there, timeout called from the Titans as that was hold in there from O'Brien. 71-66 Detroit Mercy, 15.9 left remaining. And you have to think here, it's going to have to be an immediate foul and hope they miss their free throw attempts and a quick three. But time is very slim. .7% from three for the Falcons today, 4 from 5. They've struggled from three in this early start to the season in the other two games. Velasco's hit 2, Kohler hit 1, and Donahue hit 1 as well. Out of the timeout now. The 5-point lead for BGSU Hall of Famer Kate Ogder, all-time program leader in assists for Bowling Green, graduated in late 2000s. The head coach for Detroit Mercy as this ball is inbound to Hooper, and a foul on Donahue. And Hooper will go to the line. Fern in, Donahue out. That's Donahue's just her first personal foul of the game. Debate will come in as well, as Lassen will come out. Here's Hooper, and that one ricochets in and out. So a little bit of a lifeline for Bowling Green. So it won't be a 3-possession game, but it could be a 6-point lead if she knocks down this one. And she can't do that, 0 for 2, but rebounded there from Edwards. And another foul from Fern on Hooper with 12 seconds left remaining. And that one hurts as Hooper missed her first 2. And Bowling Green probably not going to be able to get the ball back with enough time to at least send it to overtime. Hooper got the first one. 6-point lead and a chance to put the final nail in the coffin with this one. And she does. 7-point lead now for the Titans, 73-67. Fern inbound to Velasco. Velasco to Porter. 8 seconds left. 7 seconds. Down to 6. Velasco takes a couple of dribbles down to 2. Out to Gherkin. Gherkin for 3 at the buzzer. Lauren Gherkin, no good. Rebounded, held in from the Queen. And Octor and the Detroit Mercy Titans come back and start their year with the win, and to give the Orange and Brown their first loss of the year as the Detroit Mercy Titans win this one, defeating the Bowling Green Falcons 73-67. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have assistant coach Alexis Graham-Belenko and our BG Falcon media player of the game, Amy Velasco, and wrap it all up and put a bow on it and send you off for the rest of your Friday evening. You're listening to BGSU Women's Basketball here on WBGU 88.1 FM. Don't go anywhere.
Song again. Here's that song again. For the 100th time today, here's that song again. It's gonna be stuck in your head all day. Here's that song again. It will make you cray cray.
You love your kids enough to watch that TV show a bajillion times. Love them enough to make sure they're in the right car seat for their age and size. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Hello, I'm Nate Paps. I play O-line here at BGSU. My 4 favorite hobbies are hunting. I love hunting deer and turkey during the off season and whenever I have time off. My second favorite hobby is video games. Whenever, in season when I come home, I like to chill and just relax, play some video games with my friends. Third favorite hobby is fishing goes along with hunting, but I love being outdoors. I love fishing, hunting. I love like all kinds of stuff like that outside. And my most recent favorite hobby is playing pool. We just got a pool table in our garage, and me and my roommates, who are also on the team, love playing pool. Those are my 4 favorite hobbies. Go Falcons.
Looking for a BG Athletics discussion show? Check out The Swoop, where a rotating cast of Falcon Media Sports Network co-hosts talk everything BGSU athletics. New episodes are available every Thursday at 6 p.m. on the BG Falcon Media YouTube channel.
Hey, I'm BGSU graduate Jason Jackson from the Miami Heat, and you are listening to WBGU 88.1 FM, home of the Falcons Media Sports Network.
On September 13th, BGSU men's soccer's Bennett Painter scored the game-winning goal against Northern Illinois, leading to the team getting nationally ranked. Falcon Media Sports Network's Lucas Kleinmeyer had the call on the WBGU PBS YouTube channel.
Gonna win that one initially. Head up again. Wins the second one, however. Back to lane, back to Painter. That one's blocked, gets it back. Painter! Bennett Painter paints another masterclass at Cochran Stadium.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call.
Hi, my name is Taya Ellis, and I play on the women's Bowling Green basketball team. And these are my Falcon 4 favorite meals to cook. One is this Jamaican meal called oxtail rice and peas. That's one of my favorites because my mom and dad used to cook it growing up, so it just continued on. Another one is tacos because it's just easy, something easy and quick to make. My third one, I would have to go with steak and mashed potatoes because who doesn't love steak and mashed potatoes? My last one, I'd say Alfredo because I love some pasta.
On October 4th, 2024, BGSU volleyball opposite hitter Lauren Hovey recorded her 115th career service ace in BG's comeback reverse sweep of Western Michigan, passing Paige Penrod for the most in program history during the rally scoring era. Falcon Media Sports Network's Chaz McNeil had the call of the historic moment on WBGU 88.1 FM.
And that will make history. Lauren Hovey's 115th ace in the rally scoring era is in the history books as the Stroh Center applauds.
This has been a Falcon Media Sports Network featured call.
It's hard to keep track of all the health information that comes your way, but you still want to make the right decisions. Here's an easy one. Get tested for hepatitis C. It's a leading cause of liver cancer and often has no symptoms. People born from 1945 to 1965 are 5 times more likely to have hepatitis C. The good news is that now it can be cured. Talk with your doctor about getting a blood test for hepatitis C. Know for sure. A message from the CDC.
Hello, this is Ted Hazelman, Superintendent of Bowling Green City Schools. Did you know Bowling Green City Schools offers music and visual arts programs at all grade levels and theater for our middle and high school students. Students participate in numerous performances, competitions, art exhibits, and theatrical productions. Our music students excel in OMEA competitions and are selected for all-state choir, orchestra, and band, as well as other honors groups and music festivals. Our visual arts students showcase their work in school-wide art shows, community locations, and competitive exhibits. Our theater students produce plays and musicals and attend the state conference annually. This has been your Bowling Green City Schools Quality Profile Moment. To learn more about Bowling Green City Schools, please visit our website, sign up for our e-newsletter, and follow us on Facebook, X, and YouTube.
BGSU women's basketball's Lauren Prohaska, the program's all-time leading scorer, set the program record for points scored in a game with 43 points on February 15, 2009 against Central Michigan. This has been history in Falcon Athletics. Former MAC Defensive Player of the Year, Lindsey Austin, set the BGSU women's basketball program record with 10 steals against Miami of Ohio on February 3, 2004. This has been history in Falcon Athletics.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Did you know that people born from 1945 to 1965 have the highest rates of hepatitis C, but most don't know they're infected? People can live for decades without symptoms, but over time, hepatitis C can cause serious health problems, including liver damage and even liver cancer. If you were born from 1945 to 1965, the CDC recommends that you get a blood test for hepatitis C. So talk to your doctor about getting tested. It could save your life. A message.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, fish dad!
Oh, come on. This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad.
Back here at our post-game show, the Bowling Green women's basketball team fall to Detroit Mercy for their second game of the season. Joined by assistant coach Alexis Graham-Blanco. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to join me post-game. Just your overall thoughts on the game.
Of course. It's tough. It's tough getting on the radio after a loss, but we just couldn't keep the ball in front of us. Just couldn't contain. We just let them middle drives just killed us, and then we just didn't contest their shots. We just let them hit open shots. But our defense overall is what really hurt us this game.
So the second quarter was when tide turned a little bit there. Only 8 points in the second quarter. You come out halftime locker. Third quarter's a little bit of struggle to start as well. What made that run hard for you guys, and then how'd you get out of it towards the fourth quarter as well?
We just hard man, honestly. But we started off that third quarter with the turnover, and we just trying to come from behind when we should have just been playing defense the entire time, contesting the shots. And that's what hurt us, just starting off from behind. Yeah.
Our player of the game is Amy Velasco, 20 points. She played pretty much the entirety of the game. Leadership on the court. What did you just make of her performance?
Yeah, that kid, she gives heart. Every time she steps on the court, she gives us her all, and that's what we need other players to do. So that's, man, proud of her. Yep. Proud of her.
Coach, finally, just how do you guys bounce back against Cleveland State next game?
Oh yeah, we're back to work on Sunday. We gotta get back to the ground, put this behind us. Tough loss, but we gotta move on. We gotta get ready for Cleveland State.
Coach, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll be back with our Falcon Media Food and Drink Guide, player of the game, Amy Velasco. Don't go anywhere.
My name is Hunter Hayes. I know myself, and I know my buzzed warning signs. One shot is about knowing my limits, or not necessarily knowing my limits.
I start with one shot to have a good time.
One of the signs that I'm starting to feel a little buzzed is when I start solving not only my own problems, but the entire world's problems. When I know I'm going out, I know I'm gonna start with calling for a ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad.
Back here at our BGSU Women's Basketball post-game show, joined by our BG Falcon Media Food and Drink Guide player of the game. The BG Falcon Media Food and Drink Guide provides the latest food and drink specials from local restaurants. You can find it on our homepage at bgfalconmedia.com, or simply go to our top navigation mouse over left and click Food and Drink. You're joined by senior guard Amy Velasco. Amy, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with me after a tough loss. Just kind of take me through your overall thoughts on the game.
Yeah, today was a tough one for us. I just think we got to get better. There's nothing more to it. We got to work hard and just get better.
So kind of take me through kind of the second quarter is kind of when the tide started turning a little bit. The first quarter was kind of a back and forth. You guys came out victorious in the first quarter. Only 8 points in the second quarter. Kind of what did you kind of see from the team? What kind of contributed to you guys' struggles? But also how did you kind of turn that around, especially towards the fourth quarter, trying to mount a comeback?
Yeah, I think in the second quarter we just weren't getting stops. Our energy was down, and we weren't getting stops when we needed to, and that's when they kind of pulled away. I think in the third and fourth quarter, we came out. We had great energy. We were getting stops, and that was throwing them off their rhythm for sure.
Yeah. For yourself personally, 20 points, led the team, 3 assists, 1 block. Played pretty much the entirety of the game as well. Is that kind of just your mindset going into every game, is knowing I got to be a leadership on this team on the floor? I got to play almost every second because I want to help my team no matter what the situation is on the court.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to take on any role that coach gives me, and I think big part of my role this year is just the leadership part, like you mentioned, and come out here, play our hardest, and the rest will take care of itself.
Yep. We saw you took a fall there a little bit towards the fourth quarter. Are you okay?
Yeah.
With fall?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Cool. And then just finally, Amy, just Cleveland State next. They're a very good Horizon League team. Kind of just what are things you want the team to improve on, and how do you guys just kind of bounce back next game?
Yeah, I think we're just going to get better in practice. We got to improve on our defense, be able to get stops in the long run, and then execute on offense. And we do that, and we'll win the game.
All right. Amy, thank you so much for your time.
You.
We'll be back here to wrap it all up on our post-game show. Don't go anywhere.
I'm probably okay to have one more drink before I drive home. I'm probably okay. I open the window to stay alert. Probably okay. I just popped some gum in my mouth.
Step out of the car, please.
I probably made a mistake.
Probably okay isn't okay when it comes to drinking and driving. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving.
Back here one final time in Callahan Hall to wrap this one up. The Bowling Green Falcons fall to the Detroit Mercy Titans 73-66. Their first loss of the season, and they go 1-1 as they head into the third match against the Cleveland State Vikings on Friday. Lucas Kleinmar, and now joined alongside Caden Knapp from our studio in the Cooling Center. Caden, what'd you make of that one?
Well, a little bit of silver lining here. The turnovers in the second half were much better for the Falcons.
Absolutely.
I mean, whatever Coach Shamil said in the locker room really got through the players. I mean, they had a total of 5 second half turnovers after, they had 10 turnovers in that second quarter. So good to see that they were able to get that turnover number down, and we'll see how that carries into Cleveland State.
And for the Falcons, we talked to Amy Velasco there, sounding a little, as most players would be, a little upset after a loss, kind of disheartening. She played her heart out, played the entirety of the game, just couldn't get the job done. But for Bowling Green and Caden, I think it's safe to say this came down to the second quarter and early third quarter struggles. Just shooting and sloppiness offensively was just too much to overcome, and especially with players like Mayanna Hooper, Aaliyah McQueen, O'Brien even had a big second quarter as well, just knocked down those shots. And then in basketball games, that can be the difference. And it's only game one for head coach Kate Uchter, but this looks like a very different Detroit Mercy team, and it looks like they're going to be a completely different squad and compete for the Horizon League.
Yeah, it definitely looks like they're going to build off of last season and just continue improving. And like you said, Lucas, Amy Velasco just really played her heart out, was great. But, sometimes in sports you just dig yourself in such a big hole in a little period of time that you can't build out of it. Because, that second half, really into the fourth quarter, it was not that bad for the Falcons. It looked like they were going to mount a comeback. They drew within one score, I believe, multiple times, but they just couldn't get the job done at the end.
And for the Falcons, they will travel to Cleveland on Tuesday to take on the Cleveland State Vikings, who were projected to finish first in the Horizon League preseason poll. Still early, still a lot of basketball left to be played here. They'll start 500 for Game 3 heading this one. That'll do it from us here as the lights are turning off here at Callahan Hall. It's telling us to exit. Final score. And before we head off, big thank you, as always, Caden. Thank you so much for pushing the buttons in the Board Ops studio. Excited to be alongside with you for the rest of this women's basketball season.
Same with you.
That'll do it from us here. Final score here at Callahan Hall and the University of Detroit Mercy. The Titans 73, the Bowling Green Falcons 66. Have a good night, everyone.
This broadcast has been a Falcon Media Sports Network production. For more BGSU sports news and updates, follow Falcon Media Sports Network on Twitter X at BG_FMSN, BG Falcon Media on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and head over to BGFalconMedia.com.